This is the third and final part of a series of short videos highlighting root causes and the dangers behind the current financial crisis. What I'm about to propose will stir a lot of emotional debate and send spin doctors into overdrive trying to defeat it, but it needs to be part of the program if we're really going to evolve forward as a nation. All the isms of the 20th century are ongoing social experiments and need to constantly evolve forward with the times, or they will suffer the same collapse as Soviet communism. In that vein, we need to expand our thinking about American capitalism to make it relevant for the 21st century. That thinking needs to include a sector that is free from obscene profiteering, where assets necessary for basic human services or that serve broad sectors of the economy and need to be kept stable can be managed for common good instead of private profit, where notions of public capital, public equity, and public profit are the driving factors. Here are three industries that should be moved into that type of public domain within the next 12 to 24 months. Every level of our economy and society depend on energy, all the way down to the 85-year-old widow who freezes to death in her apartment because she can't pay her energy bill. The generation and delivery of affordable energy should be a public service and has not been well served by Wall Street logic. The deregulation and competition will result in lower rates. In the past 100 years, it has usually proved the exact opposite, resulting in windfall profits for corporations, not lower rates for industry or consumers. As an example, when the utilities in California were deregulated with a promise to voters of lower rates, my utility bill went from $260 to a high of $1,400 per month, the result of Enron manipulating the markets. Wall Street greed needs to be taken out of the utility and energy equation. Too much in life depends upon the stability of this industry, and frankly, the public sector can do a much better job than industry has. A fully functioning national health care system that every citizen can have confidence in is not as hard to achieve as its detractors would have you believe. Some of the best medical attention I ever received was in the U.S. military, a healthcare system that isn't totally driven by Wall Street profit motive. It's driven by the need to deliver the best care possible to our wounded warriors. Imagine what a national healthcare system driven not by profit motive, but by the need to deliver the best care possible to its citizens might look like. The only reason Medicare has become so cumbersome and expensive is that it's encumbered by Wall Street expectations. It's been enacted and is trying to serve the public from within the private profit sector of our current model of American capitalism. If we moved healthcare to a new sector focused on public wealth, public profit, and public service, great results could be achieved at a fraction of the current costs. We could have a decent nationwide system up and running with the stroke of a pen. Just nationalize Kaiser Permanente and the other major HMOs. The precedence for this action already exists. We've done it before. In order to mobilize the nation for World War I, domestic express businesses were nationalized, including 10,000 Wells Fargo locations. We've done it before in this country to meet national need. We can do it again. There is also ample precedence for nationalizing U.S. banks. The first banks in this nation were government-run for the good of the general public, a notion long abandoned by the current financial industry. Banking's primary focus since deregulation has been to constantly squeeze consumers for increasing quarterly profits. Service, not profit, should be the focus of banking. We need to take it away from Wall Street speculators and move it back into a protected public sector where public interests will be better served. Deregulation and the subsequent bad behavior of almost every major player in this industry have public confidence reeling. Confidence in Americans' banks needs to be restored. Our currency needs to be stabilized. We need to know that our deposits are safe, and we need to receive reasonable interest on those deposits. The current government bailouts of major banks has made nationalization an easy next step, so let's do it. Also, combining nationalized banking services with postal services might reduce the operating expenses of both those functions and actually salvage our postal system. Food for thought. To learn more or to become involved in the solutions, please visit our website at www.rootcausemovement.com. Thanks for your engagement.